Hey, good morning. It's Ian Hart. I just finished up a coaching group for the Thrive Project. You might have seen my posts put out there about the Thrive Project, and the feedback I've received has been amazing. And it has the ability to change the person's life forever and raise their level of consciousness. And before I get into something that I think can change your life right now, I think it's important to understand when I say level of consciousness, because there's a map of consciousness that can actually be tested. It's scientifically proven on numerous levels, and that is your feelings, your emotions, your thoughts have a certain vibration or frequency. They emit a certain level of into the energy field that you have around you. And so if you're vibrating with lower level feelings, for example, guilt and shame are very, very low. Fear, anxiety, hate, jealousy, anger. Anger is actually above fear because anger has a lot of energy to it, or it has more energy to it. It's not until you get up to the energy level of courage that you start to get into the positive emotional fields. So everything up at below 200, which is where courage begins, is low energy fields, which is considered destructive to life, right? It does not promote life. It does not promote expansion. It's retraction, right? So above 200 is courage, and then you start to get into higher emotional fields, right? And at the level of about 500, 540 is where love and acceptance is, right? And acceptance, I should do another video on that because it has to do with how you can, where stress comes from and why there's stress in your life. So I'll do a video on stress as well. But basically, when you're at acceptance, that's when the real transformation begins. So the transformation occurs at acceptance in the brain. And the reason being is because, well, I'll go into that, but once you hit that transformational level, everything else you experience in life changes, right? And so, and I've learned this from a guy named David Hawkins. And so, just to go through why this is so impactful, especially if you're trying to change your body, if you're trying to get healthier, right? If you're trying to heal, if you're trying to get lean, toned, in shape, right? Some people have a hard time doing that solely because of their energy field or their level of consciousness. They're living at a lower level of consciousness. And so with the Thrive Project, the goal is to change your level of consciousness so that you go above acceptance and into thrive, right? So once you're above those, in that energy field or consciousness level, you will thrive, right? And it has only to do with beliefs, belief systems, emotions, stuff like that. So the body has no ability to experience itself. For example, the arm cannot experience its own armness, right? So it needs the senses to do that. So eyes, ears, smell, touch, right? And again, the senses cannot experience themselves. So, for example, when the vibrations that go through the ear hit the auditory nerve, right, and stimulate the membrane in the brain, we have no way to experience. The brain has no way to experience itself as sound, right? So that experience is registered in the brain, though, right? And beyond that, I'm doing a video. Excuse me. My son is coming outside. So the experience of the body is registered in the brain, and it goes beyond that. So awareness, the brain has no ability to experience itself as well, right? But awareness is created in something greater than the brain, which is what we call the mind. And if you ever hear when someone says, "Oh, he's got a lot of awareness, he understands what's going on," it's something valuable. The more awareness you have, the more I understand it as the more you are at a higher level of consciousness. But that's not ultimately true. So the mind experiences the brain. It is in the energy field of the mind that we experience the brain and the body. But the mind, curiously enough, lacks the ability to experience itself, right? So we see a thought has no capacity to experience its own thoughts, or if you think back about in the past, right? Anxiety, you have no ability to experience the past, or the memory has no way to experience itself, and your thoughts in the future have no way to experience itself. So the imaginations, the emotions, all that goes into the mind are only experienced because of the larger energy field, right, around you, called consciousness, right? And so the higher level of consciousness, the better you experience your body, the better your experiences are in life, the better your world is around you. So just to recap, there's consciousness that experiences the mind experiences the brain experiences the senses, and the senses experience the body. So when you hear people say mind, body, spirit, it makes sense now. You have to have all those firing at all times. If one's cut off, then you're missing out on a large part of it, right? So if you're not aware of your energy field of feelings and thoughts, if you cannot watch your own thoughts from the mind, then you cannot change your life and you can't change your body. So changing your consciousness level, which is at the top, will create a cascade of changing everything else. So I'd love to hear your feedback on that, what you think, because I'm in the fitness realm, I'm also in the coaching realm, and so I've changed people's bodies before very rapidly, but if I don't change their consciousness level, their awareness, then it doesn't actually transform their life, right? But if I change their consciousness level, it automatically changes their life, and I have an easier time changing their body. I hope that makes sense. Please let me know if you have any questions and if that helps you out. Have a great day.